The principal essence of man is to preserve the existence of the entire living race. One cannot preserve their fellow man without hanging on to the dictates of goodness, peace, and love. For every man who exists, he must ensure that he does not exist alone, and that he works towards ensuring that his fellow man is preserved as much as he is. This is the principal essence of man. I wrote this book to challenge the norm of division present in humankind. We're all born equal. We're all created equal. Sometimes you wonder what makes us as human beings grow up to convince ourselves that we're unequal. This is where this book comes in, to take us back to our default settings, to see the next person as an equal, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, class, any description that you can think of that would describe human being. I advise you to approach this book with an open mind and heart. Some things you will read in this book may be drastically different from what you used to. But I urge you to let this book help you change your worldview, your way of thinking. And I promise you, you will begin seeing humanity in a different lens. And you will begin seeing yourself differently. And this is how you're going to be able to create change in this world. Albert Einstein says, we cannot solve our problems when we use the same thinking when we created them. If we are to move beyond where we are to a better world, we must be willing to change the way we think. We must be willing to change our way of thinking to see ourselves differently, to see each other differently. In other words, we need to see humanity with a different lens. Here we're talking about deeply ingrained habits that have had centuries to be fine-tuned for easy adaptation. And I know it won't be easy. It will not be an easy journey. But I promise you, if we put the work into it, we can get there. It takes you to change the way you think. It takes all of us to change our worldview, to learn to see our fellow brothers and sisters differently, regardless of race, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, regardless of social class. My name is Yves Durso. I am an author, entrepreneur, a motivational speaker on diversity and inclusion. More importantly, I want to challenge the norm of division present in humankind. I want you to understand the divide and the motive behind divides. The call to action would be, in many parts of the world, if it's not racism, it's classism. I was born in Haiti, a country till today still divided into light-skinned Haitians and dark-skinned Haitians. So the divide, it is something that is destroying and causing a lot of chaos in our societies, in our communities. But I challenge you, wherever you are in this world, to speak up, to use your God-given voice, to speak against hate, to speak against racism, to speak against classism, to help challenge the norm of division present in humankind. This way, I believe that you, and I mean you, can really help creating this better world that we all so desire, alike regardless of race, regardless of gender, social orientation, social class. We are all human. This is the premise of this book. And I promise this book will not only change your views, but it will also change the views of the people around you. Thank you.